Okay, I'll be ready in just a second. I wanted to talk about some videos that just stuck out. It's gonna be a couple of his videos. The saying scholar guy. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against him. I was gonna do it yesterday. I was just tired, man. I working and dealing with my kids and stuff. I just be tired half the time. I probably do a news stream. Uh, Probably tomorrow evening. It might be tomorrow evening. I'm not sure. I might do it tomorrow evening. Uh, that's probably what I do. But today ain't. I don't feel like doing news. I got topics and stuff. I got a bunch of topics that people send me, so I got plenty to talk about. I just and then I get alerts and stuff to my phone, so I got plenty that I want to talk about. It's just today I didn't feel like doing it. Not really any news or anything. Um, Cause I want to lay off renting for a while. Um, but I might talk about some other topics I can give some decent commentary on and some input on. But I wanted to talk about some of these content creators because they don't really piss me off. They just they I say this, the kind of content they produce, they make me want to get out here and produce content because they I don't know, man. It's like it's a lot of stuff I disagree with, so I can't really just no. It's a lot of things I disagree with. When they post, it's like a lot of them are excited about Black Frieza. I am not. I don't like transformations. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like any power ups. I don't like any of these transformations that's in Super. Any of these power ups. Any of these crazy. That's crazy stuff, man. That's going on. I don't like it. But we'll give them a minute. Um, get started just a second. Uh, mm, mm, but we'll get to him. Let's get started on him. Without further ado, uh, let's go, man.
Gohan has a new transformation.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. Y'all, if the Dragon Ball community is excited about this, just look at this. I mean, what in actuality, crazy thing about it, this looks better than how it actually looked in the movie. Cause the movie looked like a PS2 game. It looked like a load of crap. Something that something that someone's dog would barf up on a Wednesday afternoon. But this actually looks, this actually looks better than the freaking how it looked in the actual movie. Cause I went and saw the movie. Cause everybody's hyped up about this stuff in the movie. I don't care for transformations. I just don't. I don't like it. Um, it's just flashy fan service stuff, and I wish they'd keep it all out of. I wish they'd keep it out of the continuity of the series.
Beast Gohan.
Look at
What
that.
I
You
like.
see that? You see that? That's how it looked in the actual movie. That that monstrosity. Okay, it looks horrible. I don't see why anyone's hyping it up.
To call it Final Gohan. I'll be using both.
Crappy Gohan. Rehash Gohan. I wanted to make it look like he did in the Cell Saga, so I can sell toys, so I can make everyone come out and watch the movie, so I can try to reach back into the past and re-implement the Cell Saga into the series, even though it flopped and even though it miserably failed. All of those things apply. Go on.
Names in this video. Debuting in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie after eventually sinking his mind, body, and spirit as one. And
Look at that. Look at that Orange Piccolo. Look at this. Look at this monstrosity. Look at that. Who in God's name would think that's just amazing? Look at this. Look at these forms. That's what they're selling us in the movie. That's a rehash of Teen Gohan, guys. Hold on. Let me. See, I won't think I'm lying. Let me Google. I'm gonna look it up. I want you guys to see this. I want y'all to see this. To show you I'm not lying. See, let me go to pull up images. I'm just gonna show you guys. Look at this. Look at Teen Gohan. I want you guys to see this. You to see this. Look at this. Look at Teen Gohan. That's Teen Gohan. That's Look at how big the bang is. Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan. I want y'all to see that I'm not lying. This, you know why? You see why I say it's a rehash? Go back. Now go back to Saiyan Scholar. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. And look at that. Now look at that. You see? Now look at this. I'll show you another picture of him. If you don't believe me, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Now look at that. You get my point? You see what I'm saying here? They're selling you the same crap over and over. They're selling you the same junk over. This just rehashing. I don't see what's the hype is all about. There's no hype. There's nothing. It's just a rehash. Show you one more time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all of this. Just look. I mean, I'm just saying this so you won't think. I just put Teen Gohan. Technically, he's not Teen Gohan because he was freaking 11 years old. But I'm just. Look at the Big Bang. Look at all of this. Look at that. Now look at that. They just overhyped it. That's all they did. It's just they tried to make him look like Teen Gohan. That's all they did. Okay, guys. It's just rehashing.
Finally unleashing everything, we get the spiky silver
it's just
white
a rehash.
hair, red eyes, and oh yeah, he's got the bang. We all love that bang.
No, it's just too big. It's ugly. It's terrible. We all don't love the bang. No, we do not love the bang. Saiyan Scholar, speak for yourself, sir. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against you. I'm just content. I'm just saying, man. I don't know why y'all hyping this stuff up, man. I'm talking to y'all, Dragon Ball content creators. I'm talking to y'all. I'm calling all y'all out because y'all lying to y'all fan base. Y'all trying to get people to watch this stuff. Ain't no wrong with watching it. I mean, but ain't no sitting here talking about how great this stuff is. It's not. It sucks. I mean, I know I respect the hustle, but I don't agree with the message. I'm just saying, man.
Bang. Gohan is finally.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's another rehash. Y'all know what it is. Y'all don't play with me, y'all. You know what this is a rehash of? Okay. It's not only semi-perfect cell. Look at that. And look at that. Now look at this. When he turned real big. It's perfect cell. They just rehashed the cell arc. It's just a rehash. Semi-perfect cell. I mean, like I said, I could have forgave that because they have plenty of beings that can't talk, but they could have did better than this. They could have been more creative than Cell. Okay, look at this. But this they used. But this is not the real image. It was semi-perfect Cell in the movie.
Once again, the strongest in the world,
No,
fulfilling the narrative of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie and putting a
this is trash.
monstrous special beam cannon
That was trash.
through imperfect Sal Max's skull after he had been.
I would rather watch Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz than Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz is 100 times better than this movie.
Surprisingly practicing it in secret during all of his studying times, which pays a giant amount of respect to his mentor,
I ain't got nothing to say. I'll just keep going.
Mr. Piccolo. A huge nostalgia trip of a form that
Even he does it in his own video. It's not a nostalgia trip. It's a rehash. It's I ran out of ideas, so let's bring Cell back. So let's bring back the memories of T Gohan, even though we tarnished, we destroyed it all because it sucks. This movie sucked. I told you the things I liked about it in my podcast on TW Entertainment. I said what I liked about it, but yeah, I don't like this.
takes us back to Super Saiyan.
I don't like that they rehashed. They could have made a new villain. They could have gave Gohan a new villain. They didn't have to give him a transformation that tried to resemble this. It's ugly. It's dumb. This was way better. They could have left they should have just left the Cell Saga where it was at.
To go on in the Cell games, but also, in my opinion, throwing a nod to a very popular fan art from decades ago, Super Saiyan 10. This is a beast, right? Oh, and then there's Gohan Blanco.
And he acknowledged that they freaking Toriyama's stealing from his fans. That lets you know he's out of ideas.
But either way, in this
And that's Ultimate Gohan with white hair. And they're just that's none of this is hype worthy.
video, I'm going to talk about everything we currently know about Beast Gohan. As of right now, I'm making this video. We'll look at his power.
He's not the strongest, guys. Don't believe that crap.
The journey, power scale in his power. Let's do this. Just what the hell is Beast Gohan?
It's a rehash. I just told you.
My inspiration is just flowing.
And I'm not getting YouTube Premium. I'm sorry. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care about that. How long is this video? I'm not going to watch all 20 minutes of
The
it.
red eyes, that's
Just letting you know, I'm not going to watch all 20 minutes of this.
a throwback to the original Super Saiyan design by Toriyama with the red eyes, drawing out those dark feelings of rage. That's what the red eyes symbolize, and to be honest, it's badass. It's badass for a guy as
No, it's not.
goody two-shoes as Gohan, and he
No, it's not. It's ugly. It looks weird on Gohan. And I thought he already has a potential unlocked by Elder Kai. It looks weird.
gets those red eyes, and obviously the white hair, which, let's be honest, in Dragon Ball, the white hair, it gives off the angelic vibes. Even though Ultra Instinct is silver hair, we had it glow white in the Tournament of Power, and it gives off the vibe of the angels, in that they're always in a state of constant Ultra Instinct, their hair is white, just an angelic feel. But that
No.
combined with red eyes, I mean, it's an awesome design, and Gohan's
No, it's not.
purple gears, that's always been a favorite gi for me for Gohan. But one thing we can compare him to is the new Monster Cell
One thing we can't compare him to is bullcrap because this form sucks.
Max, where after Gohan transforms, he literally tanks a full power punch. He doesn't even move. And
Ooh.
he gives off those Super Saiyan 2 Gohan vibes in the Cell games, to the point where Cell Max powers up a giant energy ball, and I believe you see it from the angle where you're looking down at the Earth, and it's gigantic. And Gohan Blanco, Super Saiyan White Gohan.
It's all you can't even come up with a good name. Super Saiyan BS Gohan because I don't even know why. What is this form? There's no explanation to it. There's nothing. It's just he just transformed out of nowhere. I'm not seeing the excitement. It just I don't understand this.
Final Gohan, he just smiles. In a smug way. Again, the Cell games vibes. You look at
No, it's not the Cell Games vibe. It didn't give me the Cell Games. When I watched this movie, I didn't get Cell Games vibes. I got why are they doing this vibes. I got this form looks ugly. I don't even know why they try to force a transformation out of Gohan. They didn't have to give him a transformation in the first place. He could have just used his ultimate form and did the special being. He could have just unleashed his anger, unleashed his rage, unlocked his. He could have just tapped back into who he really was, which the fighter, the warrior, Gohan. They could have showed that actually his ultimate form has unlimited potential, that he can, that an unlimited wells of energy he could tap into. But instead they had yet another wasted concept with the ultimate form, because that form is his unlocked potential. So it means it can get stronger, 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 stronger. They talk about this in Super. However, now it's just okay. We just give him a new form. What's the purpose in the ultimate form now? If you got this beast crap going on, I'm not getting it.
Gohan, in this movie, he's around 25 years old. He's got this form, look how strong he is. Then Goku at 25 years old, he's on Namek turning Super Saiyan. Look at the difference there. So if anybody tells you it makes no sense for Gohan to ever be stronger than Goku with Ultra Instinct, just do the smile that Gohan Blanco did.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. According where they are, how far ahead Goku was in the series ahead of Gohan, it doesn't make sense for him to just take a dump and catch up. Just doesn't make sense. He just unlock your potential, Gohan. We need you, and then he just powers up and becomes stronger than Goku. It doesn't make any sense. He didn't train. All he was doing was studying. He hadn't trained since what was that? Since the Tournament of Power. He hadn't been training. And according to this movie, they said he hadn't done any training. He was slacking off again. So how is he stronger than Goku all of a sudden? No, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. You can't make this make sense. Sorry, dude.
Did against Cell, because Gohan has insane potential for 25 years old.
I mean, if you don't train, it don't mean crap. They just gave him a new form. He hadn't trained. He doesn't train.
It's not a form entirely linked to Saiyans. It's not a form that's linked to the gods. Gohan's not that character to be associated with godly powers and divine beings, even though it looks demonic as hell and could be the equivalent of some divine power. But to be honest, characters like Gohan, they can surpass gods without being divine themselves, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense because he didn't train. He just took a dump and got a new form and became stronger than Goku and Vegeta. I mean, I'm just not, even for an anime, it doesn't make any sense. At least some things in Dragon Ball made sense. Like how Goku and Gohan mastered Super Saiyan when they stayed in their Super Saiyan state for long periods of time. That actually made sense, even though it was an anime. I mean, it was fiction, it was anime. At least it made sense. This doesn't make, it was just unexplained. The mastery of Super Saiyan level was explained. Super Saiyan 2 was explained. Super Saiyan 3, Goku explained it 2 or 3 times. That's how Gotenks was able to get it. That's how Goten and Trunks was able to get it when they fused. He said you go to Super Saiyan 1, then you train hard and unlock Super Saiyan 2, then you push yourself. It's a power deep inside you. You keep pushing yourself until you dig down and reach that power and reach Super Saiyan 3. It's not anybody that Super Saiyan 2 can reach Super Saiyan 3. You don't have to train to get Super Saiyan 3. If you have Super Saiyan 2, you train from Super Saiyan 1 to get to Super Saiyan 2. It takes training. You can get there through intense training. But when you have Super Saiyan 2, all you have to do is reach deep inside you. There's a power deep in there. All you have to do is reach down and go a little further and dig deep and transform further into a Super Saiyan 3. He explained that. All these forms were explained in Z. But all of a sudden when you get to Super, it's boom, transformation. It's weird.
Just have the raw potential to do that. I think this would be awesome if it's a transformation associated to a hybrid, Saiyan and human. Giving the human
it'd be dumb.
Side a little bit more credit in terms of spawning this transformation, but then
humans can't transform. I don't understand. What that wouldn't make any sense, sir.
And again, it could be associated with the ultimate form, applying the Super Saiyan Rage to that form, if that makes...
No, it doesn't make any sense. Super Saiyan Rage didn't even make any sense when Trunks had it. None of this makes sense, dude.
Makes sense. Some crazy mixture. Or it could just be a form for Gohan. No one else in the whole universe could achieve this form.
I don't think no one should have ever achieved this form, ever. Like it shouldn't have been made. Like, really, no.
Because it's Gohan's form, if that makes sense. Maybe Pan...
It doesn't make any sense, sir. I'm going to keep saying it. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why people are hyping it up. I don't know what's so good about this. It's ridiculous. It looks ugly. It's just a bad form. It's just a bad idea. It's poor writing.
Can learn this, but not Goku. Even though...
I don't want anyone to learn this. This is garbage. This form sucks. I don't want anyone to learn this.
They're the same bloodline. Maybe it's the human part that helps create this transformation.
No, it's not. It's just who knows? No one knows because it hadn't been explained. No one knows. There's nothing out there that tells you what it is. I've looked. I've tried. There's nothing out there that tells you what Super Saiyan Rage is. Super Saiyan Rose. Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. You filthy ningen. It's supposed to be a rehash, a palette swap of Super Saiyan Blue. That's all it is. All these forms just hyped up so they can sell toys. There's no explanation. There's nothing. They all suck too, by the way. I hope I emphasize that enough. They all are horrible.
But it's more than likely just to do with Gohan's rage, let's be honest. His ultimate rage.
It's more than likely due to poor writing because they didn't explain it. No one knew. It just came out of nowhere.
Drawing out everything. The angriest he's ever been. This is the pinnacle of Gohan's power.
No. I don't see how he could have a pinnacle of anything since he doesn't train.
Well, of course it's going to be stronger. It's the next form,
No, it's not the strongest. It's not.
Stronger form for Gohan. And yes, I can see where you're coming from with that in terms of treating forms.
That form right there, they should have left it at this. At this. Everything else is ugly, okay? Even this is ugly, but I could live with it because it's just, he has black hair and it's just mystical. It's kind of, it's a lot of mystery to that form. That beast crap is just, no.
Like stepping stones and generic power-ups one after another. That's how Dragon Ball pretty much works. Transformations end up being generic power-ups, generic levels, rendering the previous ones obsolete. For the most part. I know Goku's going back to Ultra Instinct Sign in the manga, combining his emotions with it.
It don't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I thought he had emotions he had emotions in Tournament of Power. His universe was going to die. His universe was going to be erased when he unlocked his form. I don't know why does the manga keep rehashing? He was emotional when he first unlocked it in the Tournament of Power. His whole universe was going to be erased if he didn't win. And the Spirit Bomb almost killed him. I'm trying to understand this. Why do we do this? Why do we pretend like we don't know things have already happened before? It's kind of, I don't know what this kind of trend is. It's just, I don't understand it.
To perform better, but that's eventually going to lead to something even greater anyway.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Why? Why would you think it'd lead to that? See why I'm doing this? I gotta do an intervention with it in the Dragon Ball community. Cause y'all at this content, man. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against you, brother, but y'all content is trash, bro.
Kind of proves my point there, but the problem with Beast Gohan being stronger than Ultimate Gohan is considering what Ultimate Gohan is in the first place. Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan, Gohan Potential Unlocked, whatever you want to call the form for Gohan. Essentially what it's always been is a form where Gohan unlocks all of his dormant powers.
Even you know this is crap. So why would you go back? You see why I'm criticizing you, brother? For one minute you suck. I'm gonna explain this. Why I'm calling him out. 1 minute he says how great. 1 minute he's saying something is bad and something is horrible. Then he goes back and turns around and sucks it off again. Oh, it's terrible. It's the greatest thing ever. Then he goes back and says, "Oh no, it's horrible. Oh no, it's great." Oh no. Then he says something that's so awful and so terrible. Then he makes another video saying how great something is. I don't get it. He talk out of both sides of his neck.
And it comes out in that transformation, drawing.
It's like he's trying to please both sides, and it's weird.
More out.
If it sucks, just say it sucks. Don't try to cover it up, brother. Just say it sucks, man. If it sucks, if it's terrible, I ain't changing my mind. Beast Gohan sucks. I will never say it's great. I'll never talk about how good it is. Even though I liked aspects of the movie, there were some parts of the movie I liked, I still stand on the fact that I believe it sucks. I will never change my mind about that. The movie sucks. It's garbage. Beast Gohan is garbage. Orange Piccolo is trash. I will never ever come back and say it's wonderful. It's the best thing you can ever have. No.
Than Super Saiyan could ever dream of doing.
They're ruining Dragon Ball, and I'm glad they took a hiatus because they suck. They need to get better. It's just the way it is. When something is bad, it's just bad. I'm not finna go around. It's good. It's bad. It's good. It's bad. It's good. It's bad. No, if it's bad, it's just bad. I'm gonna keep saying it's bad until it's not anymore. It's just, not giving him a trophy for sucking.
And the fact that it's called Ultimate Gohan pretty much tells us this is Gohan's maximum potential. At that point, he uses the transformation. So then taking Dragon Ball Superhero in consideration now, where we have Beast Gohan, that totally, let's just be blunt here, destroys what Ultimate Gohan is.
Exactly. I'm just saying, so why would you talk about how great it is in the beginning? That's just kind of strange, man.
Through power. That's what Beast Gohan has done. And why, might you ask? How can a transformation, how can Gohan have it?
Why would he need to transform if he already has his ultimate power? That's weird. I'm just saying. The writers, they just try to. I can tell you why. Outside of universe, in universe, I can't really explain it because they didn't explain it. Out universe, they were looking for some more toys. They wanted to sell more merchandise. Basically, that's all it is.
Transformation that exceeds the ultimate form that brings out his whole.
By the way, when I'm done, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, my Tito's Entertainment channel. I'll be posting it on that channel later on. But I'll still leave it up on Twitch for people that want to watch it and support it. But a lot of my Dragon Ball streams, I'm probably gonna upload them to YouTube because I think my news streams and entertainment they get more. Cause I be watching everything. I be looking at the analytics. My news gets more stuff, but I talk about some of everything. I can talk about anime and everything. So all of my anime streams and like if I say something about Mortal Kombat or God of War or something like that, I'll post those on my TW Entertainment channel. So you'll get to see it again. So just go there and yeah.
Whole potential. So that was confusing me for a little while. And then I started to think, well, is there a reason for this other than...
No, there's no reason. It's all confusing. You should stay confused because it's all crap.
Marketing a new form for Gohan.
Yes, they're marketing a new form for Gohan.
To sell the movie. Because
Yes, they are trying to sell the movie and market a new form. That's all it is. There's nothing more.
Be honest. Pretty much the reason why they've done that, right? The ultimate form is essentially peak Gohan. That's the whole point in the Dragon Ball Super anime. Remember when Piccolo was training Gohan to get the power he had, that he fought Buu with, unlocking his true power and putting his mind to it?
And remember when in the movie where they completely just obliterated that by him slacking off again, even though he learned 2 or 3 times prior to that he should stay training because they don't know how to write a story? Moving on.
That resulted in the ultimate form, albeit there was a hint there when Gohan said to Goku he's going to aim for a form, an ultimate form, even greater, going down a different path to what Goku goes down.
I don't know why.
Apparently not. Apparently he has gone down the transformation route just like Goku. Point being, that was the story in the Dragon Ball Super anime. That was the point of the training. And the difference there in the Super anime...
But he didn't train to get this form. It was unearned.
To Dragon Ball Z and Buu Saga was that Gohan put his mind to it. He was eliminating the weakness of being overconfident back then. So of course, Beast Gohan is for marketing. But how do we make sense of it? Why is it...
You can't make sense of it. It's crap. It sucks. That's the only thing you can say.
Stronger than Ultimate Gohan that draws out your whole potential. So one thing I was thinking about, perhaps the ultimate form doesn't consider...
Hashtag Cell Max is a test tube, baby. Go watch the movie. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Rage boosts. So the power that Gohan can get through his rage, through his anger, the ultimate form draws out the raw physical power to the maximum, the sleeping dormant power, a sort of baseline power for Gohan.
And he's trying to explain something that's not even in the manga. That's not even anywhere. That hasn't been explained nowhere. See, that's something else I try to... It's something else I had an issue with when it comes to these content creators. They explain things that have not even been explained in the guides. They're nowhere. They're just making it up off the top of their domes. It's all made up, man. None of this has been said before, ever.
He should be, where a rage boost amplifies that if he can tap into a rage boost, because Dragon Ball Z, it was stated he found that harder to do as he got older. Yes,
you can't explain Beast Gohan because it hadn't been explained. He took a dump and got a new form. That's just all it is.
get angry, but it wasn't the same rage boost. It was stated he struggled to do it. Perhaps he became a little bit more chilled as time went on, and your mind changes a little bit. Your temperaments, who you are. Maybe he was accustomed to peace for that long, lost the feeling of that anger. So maybe the ultimate form doesn't count for drawing out rage power. That's like DLC extra power, if that makes sense. Because I can also back that up with some examples. Remember when Gohan was fighting Boo-Tanks, and Boo-Tanks trapped him in the Galactic Donuts? Gohan was completely overpowered, his mind wasn't in it. Then his emotions kicked in, and he even surprised Boo-Tanks then by busting out of the Galactic Donuts, even though he was overpowered. And Boo-Tanks was like, wow, this guy's pretty tenacious, little punk. So maybe the emotional side of Gohan can still amplify his dormant power. Another example is in the Moro arc, when he attacks Moro with anger, and even Moro compliments his additional rage boost power, and Gohan was still in his ultimate form then, but his power went up because of the anger.
Which is why there's no need for him to transform. I don't get it.
Albeit it didn't do anything to Moro, it was still noted. And then we come to Beast.
Look at this. I just want people to see this. Why would they have this in a movie? Just look at this. I mean, what? How could you sell this? I wouldn't buy it. Even if it was a toy, I wouldn't buy it. It sucks. Look at this form. We're expected to like something that looks like this. People that grew up with Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, that grew up with Krillin, Master Roshi, Tien, Yamcha, we're supposed to like this. Look what they're doing to it, man. It sucks. It all outright sucks. It's garbage. We're supposed to like it. No, it's terrible.
Gohan, which is, let's be honest now, the entire movie was building up a Gohan where he puts his mind back into the fighting, which is obviously done.
He's done it several times throughout the whole series, by the way. He's done this several times.
Through anger, rage. So what you see with Beast Gohan, you would hope that would be the pinnacle of Gohan's rage brought out in a form. Now whether that anger, beast form, whatever, is combined with the ultimate power at the same time, that would be interesting, because that would go with what Gohan was saying to Goku pre-Tournament of Power, where he's going to obtain an even more greater ultimate form or something like that.
I don't think this is connected in any kind of way. It's not. It hadn't been explained. This is just something he's trying to connect on his own. It's just not connected to the show at all whatsoever. It's something he just connected himself, and it's just not working because it still doesn't make sense.
So maybe Gohan's peak rage in the beast form, it's combined with the dormant power unlocked with the ultimate.
No, it's marketing combined with horrible writing, combined with just them wanting to rehash the Cell arc. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that.
So
if you look at it any other way than that, it's just hyping. You're just fan service, fan-made garbage that you're spewing out.
Hybrid ultimate form, you could say. Gohan's true potential. His dormant power plus controlled rage boosts. We all know it's a throwback to Super...
Plus bullcrap that they just threw into the story without explaining it.
The same to Gohan in the Cell games. And it's quite hard to justify it over what the plot wants, over what the marketing wants. But another thing I was thinking about is perhaps the ultimate form, when the Elder Kai brought out Gohan's potential there and then in the Buu saga, perhaps that was what Gohan's potential was at that time. Whereas when the years go by, and Gohan gets a little bit older, he has more sleep-in power, more dormant power, which would make sense because...
No, it's plot. It's all plot. It's just power boost, just so he can keep up with the rest of the Z-Fighters in the Tournament of Power. I don't know why we're not getting this. They gave him a power-up. He hadn't trained. He was training with Piccolo. They put him on probably Super Saiyan Blue Goku level in the Tournament of Power. They did that to simply have him compete with the rest of the cast. It's just all it is to it. There's no explaining it because they didn't explain it. They just threw something out there. Piccolo mentioned before the Tournament of Power, I think you can get stronger. We're gonna train that power to get stronger, and that was all it was to it. But it wasn't even 2 days left. He got from Ultimate Gohan Blue Cycle level to Super Saiyan Blue levels in 2 days, less than that. I mean within hours. I'm trying to understand. That doesn't make it. According to the consistency of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and all these other shows, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, it doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. Super is way omega levels of inconsistencies. Just inconsistent writing. It doesn't make any sense. The older he gets, No, all this is plot just to make him just as strong as the rest of the Z Fighter. That's all it is. It's nothing else. It's just plot convenience. The plot shines on whatever character they want it to be shine on at the time. When they want to make Goku look good, they make all the other characters look crappy. They take a dump on all the other characters. Gohan gets the shaft whenever they want Goku to look good, and whenever they want Vegeta to look good, they give him they make Vegeta look good for a split second, and then they give him the shaft to try to make Goku look good again, and they crap on every other character. That's the way it always goes.
His pre-tournament of power when he fought Goku and was in the tournament. Gohan's ultimate power.
That was fan service to get everyone hyped up about Gohan, only to let him down again when he actually fought in the tournament of power, because he lost to Dispo.
Power was way stronger than the Buu saga. Just through plot convenience alone, he had to be that.
Oh no, he sacrificed himself. He had to sacrifice himself. They couldn't beat Dispo outright. He had to sacrifice himself just to take Dispo out. He didn't last to the end at all, even though he was hyped up to be Super Saiyan Blue levels of power.
Strong for the plot, even though Piccolo was saying use the same power you used against Buu. Gohan was still stronger through the plot, and it makes sense.
Exactly, he was stronger through the plot. You know this, so trying to explain it doesn't make sense.
That he got a little bit older, maybe the ultimate form drew out more of the dormant power.
No, it didn't. It was plot. There was no maybe he got older. None of that. It was all plot. It was all bad writing.
That was there when he was getting older, if that kind of makes sense. But then I kind of backed myself into a corner thinking, well, the older he gets and the more dormant power he gets, surely in Super Hero the ultimate form would bring out even more power, and
Look at this monstrosity.
His raw power to the maximum levels, where the Beast Gohan is his pinnacle rage, his pinnacle extra hidden power, if you could say. Maybe he's got two different dormant powers. He's got his battle power.
No, it doesn't make sense, sir. It's all that's just not. No, I'm gonna find another video that might be shorter, because I just let's find another one that might be shorter than this. Let's see where we at. Let's find another one that I don't like. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that I actually seen and didn't like of his. Let's see. Let's see. What else can I criticize? I can't even watch the whole videos half the time. Because it's all fan service. That's the same one I try to watch that he tried to explain it. You can't explain it. You can't explain this garbage. Now, what is this garbage? Let's see what this is.
Hi, we're Vimeo, and this is Vimeo Enterprise, the all-in-one video solution that your company and customers will love.
I didn't expect him to come back. Well, I did, but I think.
Y'all look at this. Look at this form. This is terrible. This is awful. He looks like Frost. They're not even original. They're not even trying. I mean, I don't see what's so hyped up about this. He looks like Frost. Black Frieza. His name is ridiculous, man.
Everyone knew Frieza's come back sometime. Black Frieza. Hey, Master Roshi, what do you think, Master Roshi? Beerus, I didn't ask for your opinion. Anyway, Master Roshi.
Black Frieza. That's what it is. If you guys love Black Frieza and you're in shock of Frieza turning up now,
No, I'm not shocked. I thought it was dumb. I think they wrote themselves into a corner, so they had to find something to end the arc really quick because the arc was going nowhere. They were getting beat up, and then they were recovering, getting beat up again, recovering again, getting beat. It was going nowhere, so they had to have something ridiculously stupid like this to try to end the arc. And they used plot. He trained in a hyperbolic time chamber for some reason for 10 years and got this form. It's dumb. It's really stupid, and it's just more proof that Dragon Ball Super sucks.
or loving this moment, hit the like button now. Let me know.
I'm not loving any of this. I don't love it. I have a video on my page ranting about how atrocious the writing is.
Because I think it's awesome. I like this. I'm going to tell you why. You don't want to miss.
And watch, I bet I can find another video on his page right now talking about how bad it is. And then he's going to do another video saying how amazing and incredible it is.
This video. We're going to go through.
It's not awesome. Look at this. They got one shot. All the power of the transformation they went through to fight Granola, to fight Gas, and Goku revealed another form of Ultra Instinct. They transformed and then leveled up so many times through this arc, only to get one shot by Frieza. That was training off scene. It was just them fighting, getting beat up, them fighting, getting beat up, them fighting, getting beat up, only to get one shot again. And you call that awesome? Okay. More power to you, dude.
Everything, guys. Everything about Black Frieza. Right, courtesy of Dragon Ball Super Hype on Twitter here. We've got
That's exactly what it is. Hype. Hype.
spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 87. Black Frieza, he himself named it. Let's take a look through all the information we've got so far from the first post. Alright, some pointers before the picks.
Oh, too late for that. What do you think about that, Master Roshi? It's just what I thought.
Gas shot Manite.
You can't do voice impression, dude. Stop trying. Just stop it, sir. Because, I mean... all you do... Master Roshi. I can do them better than you, dude.
Righto. So there we go. Gas was the one. That was Gas's move, ladies and gentlemen. Not a death beam. Anyway, Ultra Ego Vegeta and Ultra UI... Sorry, getting mixed up with all the terminology now. UI Goku versus Gas one last time.
One last time. They fought like 1,000 times throughout the arc. Just go back and read it, and you'll see. Every chapter they fought, got beat up, fought, got beat up, fought, got beat up. It's awful. It's atrocious. This was the worst arc ever in Dragon Ball history.
That's
The Black Star Dragon Ball arc in GT was better than this.
time. They can't resist, can they? They cannot resist.
Master Roshi watching Bulma take a poop was better than this.
Gas wins? What? But I thought he was... But I thought they defeated him last chapter. What is this? Gas is like the John Cena of Dragon Ball right now. Frieza arrives, tears Gas apart, then kills Gas.
Captain Ginyu switching bodies with Bulma was better than this arc.
Wow. Okay. There's so much going on in this arc, guys. There is so much going on. Frieza arrives, kills Gas, and a new transformation.
Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin landing on fake Namek was better than this arc.
Black Frieza. Let's move on. Black Frieza attacks Ultra Ego Vegeta and UI Goku, punches both in the stomach. They're down. They're down. Is this a weakened Goku and Vegeta right now because Gas just won again somehow? What the hell's going on? Because if this is a full-powered UI Vegeta and UI Goku, think about it right now. This is 10 times worse than what happened in Resurrection F, when Golden Frieza turned up, and hell, even his normal final form was it.
Frieza should have never been brought back to life by either the Dragon Balls nor Whis. He should have stayed dead. Wherever the heck he came from, he should have stayed there.
Levels not even thought possible for Frieza at that time. But this guy, think about all the training since the Tournament of Power, all those upgrades, and Frieza has just done this again. If these guys are full power right now and he's just done this to them, my god. Is he the true strongest in the universe now? Like the Oracle Fish?
God, I hope not. And all this is plot crap. Just to make... they just needed something to end the arc. Because the arc sucked. They just needed something to end it. And they wrote themselves into a corner because Gas was the strongest in the universe. I've been training off scenes. It's just terrible. I mean, I don't understand this. I'm not getting it. I don't know why it's so hyped. Why it's just so hyped up to be the best thing ever. It's just... that's why I do my content on my channel, because I don't hype this stuff up. If it's bad, it's just bad. They hype things up that just like I can't hype a bad show up, man. It's just bad. It's garbage. I hate what they're doing to it. I hate what the writers are doing to Dragon Ball.
Said, or are these two weakened right now? Or will that slot still be reserved for Goku and a new transformation? You gotta remember.
God, I hope they don't give him another transformation. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna keep roasting it until this gets better. It's just all it is to it.
Remember, guys, taking a look.
By the way, they're going on a hiatus, and I'm glad. I'm so glad because look at this. Look at this garbage. Look at Ultra Ego. Look at these. And I'm gonna keep doing Transformation Explains. I said Super Saiyan God was a rehash. It was not a rehash. Super Saiyan God was just a hyped up transformation they used to get Goku to fight Lord Beerus. Super Saiyan Blue was just some crappy thing, a palette swap of Super Saiyan. It was just a palette swap. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is a palette swap of Super Saiyan Grade 2. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. What they're going to do now, and then they got Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. They keep just getting transformation after transformation after transformation, and they all suck. None of them are really explaining, got any real thought put behind them. They all suck. Ultra Instinct, the thought of your body moving on its own. Like I said before, he learned that with Mr. Popo. I'm not understanding these things.
Look at this right now. News Dragon Ball Super manga will be on a break next month, so Toyotaro can prepare.
He needs to go on a break indefinitely, like he said in, I think they said indefinite, and that's what actually needs to happen because this stuff sucks.
The next arc, thus an all-new arc, officially begins in October.
No, it doesn't need. I hope not. God, I hope not.
So this has all got to be wrapped up, unless
because if he hadn't, listen, guys, if the writing sucks in September, it's going. If it sucks in August, it's gonna suck in October until they have better writing. Nothing's gonna make this better except for better writers. I don't care how much of a break he takes. I don't care how much of hiatus he decides to go on. And they try to hype up the next arc and try to do all. It's going to suck, guys. All this stuff sucks. If it sucks now, it's gonna suck then until you have a better writer in there. It's not gonna get any. I'm not excited about this stuff. It sucks. It's gonna suck later. In October, it's gonna be trash. If it comes back in October, it's gonna be trash. When they animate it, it's gonna be trash. Until you get better writers, till you get people in there that have a better passion for Dragon Ball and to enough passion to not want to see it turn into trash. Cause this is garbage.
they're having Black Frieza flow into the next arc, and the next arc's all about Frieza, if you get what I mean.
It don't need to be about Frieza. Frieza should have died and stayed dead. I'm not into this.
Because why would they introduce Black Frieza now and end it in one chapter?
Because it sucks. That's why they ended it. Because they couldn't think of anything else to finish the arc off. That's why.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes sense to me. It's trash.
So next arc is definitely going to be something along the lines of Frieza. Resurrection Black Frieza. Instead of Resurrection...
It don't need to be Resurrection Jack. All this stuff, it sounds lame, dude. Resurrection Black Frieza. No. It needs to be Resurrection Dragon Ball Z. Because Super sucks.
Section F, it's going to be Revengeance F. Little nod to
No. Sit down.
Metal Gear Rising. Just joking there, but what would they call it? Anyway, Frieza leaves. Granola seems to have healed.
I'm tired of Frieza. I'm sick of seeing Frieza.
Manito. Granola seems to have healed Manito. So, okay, he didn't kill him. Damn it! So Frieza leaves, but that's all we need to know right now, setting up for the next arc. So this chapter is literally going to be the end of the Granola arc because there's nothing next month. So we're going to get a cooldown this chapter. They're going to leave it on a massive cliffhanger with Black Frieza. Let's take a look at some more pictures, guys.
It's not a cliffhanger. It's terrible. The way they ended this arc was awful. Black Frieza just came in and just one-shot everybody. Everyone was getting beat up, losing, winning, losing, winning, losing. Frieza comes in, one-shots everybody, the end. That's how the arc went, guys. That's how the arc went. That's how it went. I mean, explain in less than a minute. Goku and Vegeta shows up with their Goku has Ultra Instinct. Vegeta unlocks Ultra Ego while fighting Granola. First, Goku went first. Goku got his tail whooped by a clone of Granola. Vegeta steps in and unveils his Ultra Ego form. He gets whooped. Then they keep fighting like this and getting whooped. And then you find out the Heaters, the Heaters are bad guys. They make a wish on the dragon just like Granola did. So before Goku and Vegeta fought Granola, he made a wish on the magical dragon to be the strongest in the universe. He didn't train. He didn't do any of this crap. He trained. He just wished on the magical dragon on his home world. He just so happened to cross the Dragon Balls. He didn't do a search. There was no adventure. There was none of that garbage. He just so happenly wished on the dragon. He found the dragon. He just stumbled across the Dragon Balls. Ooh, another one. Ooh, another one. I'm going to make a wish. I'm going to be the strongest in the universe. And then they just thought of a way to go get Goku and Vegeta, recruit Goku and Vegeta into the fight. And Goku had Ultra Instinct. He got whooped. Vegeta had Ultra. He fought Granola for a minute, and then in Super Saiyan Blue form. Then he unlocked Ultra Ego and got whooped. It wasn't even a chapter later. He got whooped, and then Goku came back again. And Vegeta came back again. Goku came back again. Then the Heaters wished on the magical dragon while they were fighting. And then it was one big mess. They fought. Then Gas. For some reason, he turned out to be the real villain. And then they fought him over and 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 freaking over again. Then they reminisced about Bardock for some reason because Gas remembered Bardock. And Granola finally caught the hint that Goku and Vegeta weren't bad guys. And meanwhile, they were getting whooped and over and over and over by Gas. Until Frieza came in and one-shot everybody. Does that sound like anything interesting anyone would want to watch? Concerns Dragon Ball?
Gas versus Ultra Ego Vegeta and UI Goku. I can't believe this is still going on. Look at that guy. Look at him.
Thriller night. That's what it reminds me of. I'm sorry.
Him. It's literally like Shang Tsung has sucked his soul 1,000,000 times. It's like he's been sucked
Your soul is mine.
off 1,000,000 times without any time to recharge. If they would, they'd have him as a pile of bones fighting. Oh, they do! They have Gas's bones fighting! No way!
I'm just kidding, guys. Just wait for this.
I gotta be honest though, that's the best looking visual they've ever given Gas. He should have looked like that from the start. That's badass.
No, it's
Alright,
not.
so bye-bye True UI and Ultra Ego. You're nothing now, just a mere Super Saiyan level fighter. And here we go. I read that the wrong way. I went left to right. Rookie error. Thought Vegeta was going to do a Gallic gun into a kick. How would that even make sense?
Gallic kick.
Gas's reaction. Gah! Smell my feet. He knows they've both got a foot fetish, so this instantly nullifies their
This arc is garbage.
abilities
The worst I've ever seen, ever, in any manga.
for 5
Not just Dragon Ball, for any manga.
minutes. But let's continue here. Ruthless Emperor arrives and kills Gas. There he is, butt shot Frieza. Look at that. Ah, no chances. Straight in there. I mean, that's some Moro level attack right there. Look at that face. Now that's a fatality. Wow. All right, I gotta give it. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Hell, he's not even Black Frieza here, right? Is he? No, unless he powered up in that moment. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Oh, and the skull too.
No.
Yep, this is Mortal Kombat.
He didn't power up in the moment. He didn't power up until he wanted to show off with Goku and Vegeta. All this sucks. It all sucks. It's still, yet and still, it sucks. It's terrible.
Combat.
Flawless victory.
Let's continue. Frieza kills Alec. What? Okay, I didn't see this. Unless I read it out earlier and didn't take notice. But okay, he kills Alec. I'm cleaning up the mess of this chapter. This is literally a massive cleanup job. Because I haven't enjoyed this arc.
Yeah, I'm albino. I just don't, I never noticed it. Well, I noticed it. I've been in all my life. I just don't really, talk about it. I just live my life. What's going on, guys? No, this is not hentai. It's Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball. I'm just talking about Dragon Ball. No, it ain't bad. Let's see. Where was that at? No, I know you didn't. Ain't no harm in that. Yeah, I've hadn't really. I just don't really. I know I get asked that sometimes, but it don't offend me. It don't bother me, cause hey, I'm glad, you know. I'm happy with the way I was created. So, cause I think we all should love the skin we in, you know.
Arc as much as I enjoyed the Moro arc and previous arcs. I am so glad Frieza has just turned up now to wrap this all up, because they're not going to wrap it up with Goku with a new transformation. So let's clean it up with a villain this time. And killing Alec just like that, that's some Vegeta versus...
And it's not hentai. I think the character Frieza, he's just naked. It's not porn or anything. I don't watch porn. Not like this. I don't watch hentai. I mean, it's just not, it's not my thing.
This is Pui level shit. And when I say Pui, I mean perfected Ultra Instinct, perfected Ultra Instinct. Oh yeah, Vegeta's gutted.
You just ripped off my move. I used that against Babidi's henchmen.
You learned that from me first. I was kind enough to teach you a move. And then here we go, Black Frieza. You gotta be honest now, guys. We all knew Frieza was gonna get a new transformation at some point.
I was hoping he didn't get one, because I'm tired of Dragon Ball transformations.
Think about it, he's had the golden form since 2015.
I mean, I didn't even like that form, really. I think they should have just made his final form stronger if they were going to do anything with him. I don't think he should have been brought back in the first place, but hey, who's counting?
Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. But nearly 8 years, guys. We've had Golden Frieza for 8 years. We presumed, is Frieza going to level up again and get something to go in line with all these Ultra Ego forms and stuff like that? And yes, we have Black Frieza. Now, here's the thing.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom.
I'm good.
As cool as this is, look at this guy. We know Frieza's not going to have a massively changed visual. It's just going to be in terms of colors now, because that was the whole theme in terms of going from final to golden, now to black. He's still going to look like Frieza with a color change. But this is the thing. This has to be, in my opinion, this has to be Frieza's final form now. Why? Because if this is not his final form, then the next one is literally going to be another color change. Platinum.
I mean, you can tell they're running out of ideas. Toriyama's running out of ideas. That's all it is to it. They keep rehashing stuff. I mean, they're just low on ideas.
Frieza, whatever. And I don't think they should do that. This should be it now. Frieza has to die in the next arc.
He should have stayed dead in Dragon Ball Z.
Alright? He has to die, because this was all set up ever since the Tournament of Power, really. When Goku had an idea to bring this guy in. And then at the end of the Tournament of Power, if you remember, we revived him, but Frieza was...
They should have used Majin Buu like they said they were going to do in the beginning.
Like, well, I'm still going to get up to evil. You could have fooled me. Because then we get the Broly events. Now, I don't think we saw the Broly events in full in the manga. We just saw the panel for the Broly fight, so I can't remember. I know Frieza's been mentioned. They probably mentioned him bringing Broly in the manga, but think about it. If the last visual we saw of Frieza was the Tournament of Power, now we see him again. He's this strong. In the Broly movie, it was all about Frieza keeps coming back. He will kill us if he gets the chance. And Vegeta was telling Goku off for this. Look, you should have killed him when you had the chance. This is going to be a huge mess, and I've got a feeling in the next arc, it's going to be Vegeta's job to clean up this mess once and for all.
If anything, if I get anything out of these things, if they do bring the manga back, if they do bring any of this stuff back, I hope the guy Vegeta does kill Frieza. I hope he does. I do. Because I can't. I'm tired of Frieza. I'm tired of transformations. I hope they just let Vegeta kill Frieza and they skip to the end of Z and end all of this.
Well, Vegeta's going to be the guy to kill Frieza, Hakai him from existence so he can never come back. As if to say, Goku, see, that's what happens. That's what happens if you keep giving chances to these bad guys. Not just die. Frieza has to be erased altogether now. He is too dangerous to be left alive, and this proves it. He was dangerous in the Broly movie, getting up to his evil deeds. If he had the power, he would have tried to kill Goku and Vegeta there, but now he does. Plot has obviously not had Black Frieza kill them both yet. We're pretty sure if they're having an arc about Frieza now, Frieza has the power, and he's way too dangerous to be left alive. Look how fast he grows in power. What realm?
It wasn't really that fast. He trained for 10 years in a secret place outside of space and time. But I get what you're saying. He trained 4 months and got strong with little to no explanation whatsoever, which was weird.
Realm was he in? Wonder if he was in a different
Why do you do that, guy? My guy.
universe with Frost
I understand if it's a live stream, but a video, I don't know why he does that.
or something like that. Or just another hyperbolic time chamber zone. He has to go. Because if he gets away again, this sort of thing is going to happen again, and they're not going to learn from their mistakes. Well, mainly Goku. And we can't keep having this cycle going. The only other way to break this cycle than erase Frieza is to have him turn into a...
Okay, I'm bored now. Next video. I wanted to talk about Mr. Cornman. He normally makes good ton of content, but there was some things I wanted to check him out on this one.
I use Rocket Lawyer to make sure my business is on a solid foundation, because I'm a contractor, not a lawyer. Rocket Lawyer has all the legal...
Frieza's black, and back again. Now, that was a rather corny way to open up this video, but I couldn't think of any other way to do it, so let's just live with that.
You said it, not me.
And for those of you who don't want to get spoiled for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 87, here is your chance to tune off. But before you go, just know that there will not be a manga chapter coming out in September of this year, because Toyotaro needs time to prepare for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super manga arc itself.
He needs more time to become a better writer, because he stinks.
Which will resume back in October. And once again, shout out to Dragon Ball Super Hype and Chronicles for always posting information about this stuff. A link will be in the description for you guys to get the direct news source. And in this video, you will also see the actual summaries themselves, so you can freeze the video and actually read it, and listen to the video in addition to that. So, besides all of that, guys, the first thing that we gotta talk about in this video is actually a rumor that is taking place with this.
Why is this a rumor? No, he can never become good. Have y'all seen Frieza? Have anybody watched Dragon Ball? I don't know why this is a rule. This is something going around on YouTube. They've obviously never watched Dragon Ball Z. If they think Frieza is possible that he can turn good, I'm not understanding.
This upcoming arc and what happened in Chapter 87. So several of you guys asked me that
We're not watching the full video, by the way, because it's too long. It's like 15 minutes. I don't know if I want to do all of that.
I probably had inside information about what was going to happen in this upcoming arc, because the last video that I uploaded was, could Frieza ever become good? And I actually posted a poll where I asked you guys if you guys think Frieza could ever be good. And the poll results were overwhelmingly no, as you can see on your screen right now. And because of that, some of you thought, well, maybe Aquaman timed that video in conjunction with what I knew was going to happen, but that's actually not true. The reason why I posted that poll was because I was rewatching a fight with Goku versus Frieza on Namek, and after watching that and also understanding that Frieza still exists in the Dragon Ball universe, I just said to myself, well, guess what? If this arc is going to end soon, I'm curious what they're going to do with Frieza in the future, and I decided to post a poll, not knowing anything about what was going to happen in the upcoming arc. So there's no...
This picture is cringe, by the way. If you know Goku and Frieza's history, this picture is cringe.
Dragon Ball YouTubers that were...
I'm also going to be explaining how they ruined Frieza's character on my Tito's Entertainment channel.
Feeding me information about what was going to happen.
This is one sheer way I'm going to explain. This.
happen or anything like that. It's just a coincidence that happened just based off of what was going on at the time. So yeah, now that we got the rumor out of the way, let's get straight into why I think Frieza is actually good for coming back into Dragon Ball.
I don't think he's good. This is what I wanted to get into. I disagree. I don't think they should have brought him back. If they would have just had better writing, I don't think they would have needed him.
Super story. Now, this is a pretty unpopular opinion, but hear me out. I actually think Frieza coming back is a really good thing, and the main reason is because this Granola arc has been complete trash.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, sir. Yes. Somebody knows. Somebody, understands me. But I don't. One thing I disagree with: if the arc hadn't been trash to begin with, they wouldn't have needed Frieza.
It has brilliant concepts. I'll give it that. I think the concepts and the characters themselves have a lot of potential, but in typical Dragon Ball Super fashion, they weren't executed in the best way. Especially, we can say that now because, I mean, Elec and Gas are both dead. So, as a result of that,
they had to bring Frieza back just to clean up the arc because it sucked so bad. Think about that for a second.
Doesn't seem like we're ever going to get more development for them, and I always felt that Elec had a lot more that he could have done in the story, but now that he's dead and he was killed by Frieza, well, there's not much else to say. And the reason why I think Frieza is good for Dragon Ball is because, let's just be honest here, Frieza is a very, very simple and effective character for Dragon Ball, and he's a safe character to use because everybody knows who Frieza is. He's been used numerous times throughout Dragon Ball history.
This is why I'm tired of him. They keep using him to fill in plots and stuff because that's the only way they know they're going to have a decent story where people actually watch it, because otherwise no one will watch this garbage.
In both the anime, the manga, and multiple movies. So when you factor all of that in, and the fact that Frieza's popular, it's very hard for Frieza to fail you in a Dragon Ball Super story. Now, granted, the Resurrection F...
No, I mean, he failed in Resurrection F. He failed in... The Tournament of Power still sucked. Even though Frieza was a part of it, it was still garbage. So I can't just say that.
Arc was trash, mostly because the anime adaptation tried to stretch out a 2-hour movie and it made it a lot worse.
The movie was trash.
But if you go back to the actual movie Resurrection of, it was a good self-contained story that...
Not really.
...was rather wrapped up and we could have just moved on from there. So, factoring that...
It sucked. Vegeta, they made it seem like Vegeta was going to win, but they gave the win to Goku. Again, even though they hyped Vegeta up to make it seem like he was going to do something, but no. So, yeah, no.
That, and also how Frieza was used in the Tournament of Power, and also how he was used in Dragon Ball Super Broly, Frieza is a really good character to have around, and even if...
And again, like I said, I actually watched Kwame's content. I don't have anything against him. I like his what-ifs and all that kind of stuff. I'm just stating what I disagree with when it comes to these people. I watch someone saying Scholar's content, and I watch some of Kwame's content. I'm just saying what my disagreements. I don't hate these guys, so I ain't trying to start no static. I ain't looking for no smoke. It's just content criticisms.
He's a repetitive villain that we've seen numerous times in the past. It's hard to have a bad arc when Frieza's the main guy, especially since he's gotten so much stronger, which we'll talk about more in a second. But I think that just wrapping up the arc and saying this arc is trash, let's just bring Frieza back in and go from there, is actually better than trying to map out this complicated plot that wasn't going anywhere anyways.
I think if they would have they should have had a hiatus long before this. When Super ended, the manga should have went on pause too, just to figure out how they're going to come up with better writers. Oh, this should have been, because the moral arc was god-awful. See, after Tournament of Power, the moral arc, Granola arc, the Tournament of Power arc in the manga sucked. Was just terrible. The Tournament of Power was abysmal, but the manga was even worse. All this stuff was terrible. So, I mean, the Goku Black art was just ridiculously bad. This stuff was terrible. I mean,
because there's still so many untold storylines.
It came out the gate trash. Since Super started, it was all garbage.
that we still haven't figured anything else about. And I also liked how Frieza came into the scene, because I'm also reading off of the spoilers and from the information I know. He basically outsmarted Alec, because Alec was trying to draw Frieza onto the planet so that Gas could kill him, but Frieza figured that out, came back a lot stronger, and ended up killing both he and Gas. And I think that that was a very tough entrance for Frieza to have. I think Frieza coming in like that was really badass. And I definitely think that moving on forward, it creates a lot of excitement on, okay, what are we going to have?
No, it doesn't. I'm not excited, not one bit. I'm trying to figure out, I mean, it's just weird. All these, it's just another transformation. It's just another palette swap. Just another color design change. More power-ups. And now Goku and Vegeta, they're probably going to have to transform again. And it's just an endless cycle, man.
Have to do in dealing with Frieza now, especially because he spared Goku and Vegeta, so now we have to question what his true motives are, because based off of how fatigued Goku and Vegeta were, he could have easily have killed them, especially
No, they were at full strength before Frieza hit them. They were at full power.
Considering how easily he wiped out Gas and how easily he beat up Goku and Vegeta with very little effort. So with all of that said, Frieza not killing them means that he wants them alive for a reason, which I think adds a lot of excitement for the next upcoming arc. So, as an unpopular opinion, I think Frieza coming back is actually a good thing. I'd rather have a repetitive villain that we know is a good villain and could push the story into a more serious and proper direction than trying to piece together this.
I'd rather we just have better writing. I'd rather we just replace Toyotaro with someone that's way better at this. Because he doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
Puzzle of this Granola arc that's become a complete mess. Now, the next point that we're going to talk about is something that Goku said when he was referring to the greatest warrior. So, in the spoilers, it was revealed that Goku was talking to Whis about the greatest warrior being revealed and how the Oracle Fish was making a prediction. And in this prediction, he was talking about this greatest warrior, and we aren't sure whether or not Frieza was supposed to be this warrior, because Frieza was in his own...
I don't think he was. I don't think they were talking about Frieza at all. I think they just because Toriyama writes off the seat of his pants. So does Toyotaro, apparently. They didn't even, none of this. I don't know why any content creator connects things with Dragon Ball anymore, because they write off the seat of their pants. They don't even know what's going to happen next, let alone us. Or, yeah, we can't figure this junk out. It's all over the place.
Sort of room of spirit and time training on another planet. So, at the end of this, it's suggesting that there's another great warrior that exists in the Dragon Ball universe. Now, I think a lot of us are probably going to jump to conclusion and say 7-3 is probably that warrior. If he...
No, I wouldn't ever. That's another... 7-3 is another concept they came up with and didn't use. That's all it is. 7-3 is done.
He can somehow figure out...
He's done.
I don't know. Like, we don't know what's going to happen to 7-3. We'll talk more about 7-3 later on.
Nothing's going to happen to him. We'll probably never see him again
in the video, but a lot of people are predicting that 7-3 might be that warrior. It might be Goku himself, because maybe the Oracle Fish was actually talking about Goku in a roundabout way. You know, it's very interesting to see where we're going to go with this direction when it comes to this greatest warrior thing. But I think the ultimate lesson that we learned in this arc is
it'd be fun if they make it Krillin. It'd be fun if Krillin's the greatest warrior. It would be so funny. I hope they do that just to troll the fans. I hope they make Krillin the strongest warrior there is.
About cheating.
I would laugh. I would laugh my tail off.
And how cheating doesn't exactly work, because, as you can see, Granola's lifespan has been shrunk trying to become the most powerful. And Gas was falling apart because he aged extremely fast because of the wish, you know, sapping up his life force to become so strong in such a short amount of time. So I think the ultimate lesson is that cheating doesn't necessarily work when you work yourself into trying to become the most powerful.
The ultimate lesson is you have to have good writing in order to make a decent story. Otherwise, you're going to have something like this.
Mortal. And I really think who this next mortal or this greatest warrior is going to be a really interesting, you know, talking point for the next.
These arcs are trash. There's nothing that can fix it, not even Frieza.
Next arc, because we're going to assume it's a villain, and it's probably not Frieza, because if it was Frieza, that would be way too obvious. So there's probably somebody else who's another threat out there that nobody's talking about. Now we're gonna go a little bit more in depth as to the fate of Moro and Alec. And I'll go a little bit more in depth as to why I felt this arc ended so poorly, even though I feel like Frieza hyped up Dragon Ball Super for the next arc.
Because Taro needs to be replaced.
You see, the thing is that Gas was a generic villain. There was nothing really interesting about him. He had, some...
Nothing was interesting about this whole arc. This whole arc was just bland. It's like spaghetti with no sauce, no season, no nothing.
Cool abilities where, he can, manipulate his energy to create weapons and stuff. That was really cool. I think he had a really cool design. But ultimately, there's nothing about Gas that I'm saying, man, years from now, I'm going to want to go back and reread those chapters of Gas fighting Goku and everybody else. Like, there was nothing about him that was really cool, and because Alec never really got to accomplish what he wanted.
Oh, the craziest thing is random. For the person that asked was I albino. For some reason, in my whole family, I only seen 2 people, just me and my sister, with albinism. I didn't see anyone else in my entire family. I've been in family reunions. I've been everywhere. I didn't see anyone else with albinism. You have I've seen families that have like 4 or 5 in their family, and even with the sibling, there are 2 siblings that have albinism, 3. I've only seen it in my family. It's like we're extremely rare. I don't see a whole lot of us going on. I don't know. I wish be nice to meet more of them though.
And he was brutally interrupted by Frieza. In his sense, there's nothing really memorable about him too. They were just like 2 brothers that just got killed, and now that Maki and Oil are now working for Frieza, basically, I feel like the Heaters are going to be very, very, very forgettable characters in the future. I think
they are. All of them are, because they're not the names. He didn't even try with the names. Gas and engine and motor oil and crap. All the names suck.
The memorable character of this arc is ultimately Granola, but...
Granola bar.
As a result of all of that, I just feel like Alec was just...
part of a nutritious, balanced breakfast.
Truly never fleshed out. And we also never got a chance to see how strong Alec was. Like, some people were theorizing maybe Alec was really strong.
He was irrelevant. No one cared. That's why he was knocked off.
Himself. Maybe he was even stronger than Granola, but he was secretly hiding his power.
No one cares.
Dragon Ball has done a lot of things like that before, where they'll have a character that you think is not the strongest, but then he's like, actually, you know what? I'm actually way stronger than Gas.
I think he's trying to refer back to Android 16, back when the Android saga, you had Android 17 and 18, and the big old 16, Android 17, the whole time he thought he was the strongest, but 16 was way stronger. I think he's referring to that. Because see, when Android 17 and 18 were on the scene, 17 thought he was the strongest. He was led to believe he was the strongest until Imperfect Cell came in and mollywopped him and Piccolo. But they found out that Android 16 was on an even playing field with Imperfect Cell. So, yeah. I think that's what he's referring to.
You know what I'm saying? Even though that would have been difficult because of the wish and all that stuff, it would have been interesting to see if Alec made a secret wish for himself or did anything along those lines for himself to become powerful, or at least exact some sort of revenge instead of just being killed like that. Like, I feel like everything that they just completely got wiped out, and
that's why I don't like how Dragon Ball executes a lot of stuff. A lot of things we'll never see 7-3 again. A lot of things that were built up, they get just overrun by other things. They start an idea, then they just bring in a new idea, and then they just bring in a new idea on top of that. It's just, I don't like this style of writing. It sucks.
It's unpredictable, which is good, but I
not really.
Just feel like his character could have just been used a lot more, considering that he really was the main villain of this arc, and it just feels kind of unsatisfying that the main villain of this arc just gets killed by Frieza.
I mean, I don't care either way because the arc sucked. So who cares about these characters? I don't have any investment in them whatsoever.
Another villain, and then we just have to go on to another arc. So honestly, this Granola arc ultimately feels like it never finished. Like, this feels like it's like a sub-arc.
It should have never happened.
For another arc. But then when you go back, well, it's like, well, what was the point of this arc? Just to establish...
I don't see the point in this arc. What was the point in this arc was they don't even know. They don't even know. It seemed like they didn't even know what they was doing half the time. A dragon on another planet with only 2 Dragon Balls, and you can make a wish anytime. You could just gather the Dragon Balls, make a wish, gather them again, make a wish. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Granola is like a long-term ally now. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
No, he's only gonna live another 3 years.
Feels more too much setup instead of an actual core arc itself, somewhat similar to the Universe 6 tournament, as opposed to the other arcs that we've seen in Dragon Ball Super. And that takes us to another point here, guys, where we're gonna start talking a little bit more about power scaling. So, how exactly...
5 stars, a brilliant sequel to X.
I'm not getting YouTube Premium. I don't care how many commercials you throw at me.
I have a challenge for all of you.
Not gonna work.
Every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait.
No.
Is Frieza this strong now? Well, he learned how to go into Black Frieza, which I think is a pretty hilarious transformation. But the thing
It's a dumb transformation.
is that Frieza trained in his version of the Room of Spirit and Time for supposedly 10 years.
He went and talked to Mr. Popo, basically.
Now, when you think about it like that, and when you think about the fact that Frieza was able to train for a few months and was able to fight against Super Saiyan Blues in the Resurrection of F-Arc, Frieza training for 10 years is pretty ridiculous, especially considering how he was one of the...
It was just a poor attempt at an explanation to explain some kind of plot convenience crap just to end the arc because they suck at writing.
stronger characters in the Tournament of Power anyway, so he was pretty close to already being the strongest mortal alive or dead in the universe.
You can't even power scale this because it was barely explained. It was that whole time chamber crap. I mean, I don't understand this. You can't power scale this.
And then now he trains for 10 years based off of how his race can gain power in such an insane amount of time, and based off of the fact that Frieza's gained more battle experience and is a much smarter fighter now. I really feel like Frieza, this is probably the most menacing and threatening Frieza will ever be. And I think by leaving Goku and Vegeta alive, I just think that's just going to continue to hook us. But in terms of power scaling, I mean, you would think that Goku and Vegeta, with Mastered Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, are not even close to him. Like, they would need to be like Ultra Ego.
They got one shot. That shows you where they are.
Instinct Gogeta just to even be able to stand a chance at this point.
I don't think it would have worked then.
If he was able to train for 10 years, and would probably need Broly's help and multiple other characters to come into it. So I am curious what you guys think about how strong Frieza actually is now. And then that takes us directly into Granola. So, the thing about Granola is that I think he is by far the most interesting character in the whole Dragon Ball universe now, because he's
a weakling that got beat by one of some random guys in outer space that used the magical dragon to become the strongest in the universe. Not really interesting to me.
Always had a plan to exact revenge against Frieza for what he did to the Ceruleans and such, and
he'll never make it.
Considering his small lifespan, I think the plot is putting us in a position where, because Granola doesn't have that much time left to live, he needs to get something accomplished before he dies, which would make me believe...
Which will probably be nothing.
That
we'll probably never see him again. That's the way they do in Dragon Ball.
Granola is definitely going to go after Frieza or work with somebody to make sure that Frieza dies again. And let's just be honest, just for the Dragon Ball universe to tie up into the future, because this eventually has to lead up to Oob and such, unless there's another major retcon, it just kind of makes sense for Frieza to stay dead to be consistent with what we originally perceived as Frieza being dead permanently in Dragon Ball Z. So as a result of that, I think Frieza kind of has to die again, and I wouldn't be surprised if Granola is somehow involved with that in the next arc, because there's a timer on him in order to get this done, unless it's somehow reversed, but that's something that we would have to see coming up. But I definitely think we need to keep our eyes on Granola, and last but not least, let's talk about 7-3. Now guys, I actually spent hours, thinking about this and writing down my points.
7-3, we're never going to see him again either.
I legitimately have no idea how 7-3 is going to be used now, and here's what...
He won't be used anymore, because that's the way Dragon Ball does it.
What I want you guys to do in the comment section. This is one situation...
That's pretty easy to discuss.
This is a really weird one because when you look at a character like 7-3,
he won't be used
he was
anymore
completely
ever.
linked to Alec, who's now dead. And he
Because they do these things. That's what they do. I think with this, it kind of reminds me of BoJack, if you ask me.
was extracted by Granola. So with the two heaters that are left working for Frieza now, and Gas and Alec being dead, well, what's gonna happen with him? Because he was the whole trigger of the arc.
They like they have locks. They got locks. That's funny.
Itself, because his remnants were on planet Earth. So to be honest with you guys, I'm trying to think maybe Frieza can somehow get his hands on 7-3 and use 7-3 for himself. That's probably the most realistic thing I can see happening. But other than that, it's just like his character just exists in the universe now, and I really hope that he's not a forgotten character where like he just exists and like we just never did anything with him because they can never figure it out. I really don't think
they ain't. That's just the way they do. Look at Majin Buu. Majin Buu stays asleep. He stays asleep. Every time some crisis hits Earth, he stays asleep. Go watch the movie. He was asleep in the movie. He stays asleep. The Universe 6 tournament, he flunked the test. They try to find a way to write Majin Buu out of the story. They don't. They have all these characters and don't know what to do with them. I don't understand why add more if you barely can manage what you have. That's weird.
I think that should ever go in that direction because the end of the Moro arc left 7-3 alive, and if he ends up being completely out of the Dragon Ball universe, that would be a very big bummer for everybody because 7-3
Not really.
has been such an interesting character with his
I don't care either way. I just want the writing to get better.
ability to copy abilities and, you know, just be such an...
Majin Buu does that. Everyone in Dragon Ball does that now. Goku can do that. I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is.
Incredible threat to the Dragon Ball universe itself.
No, he's not.
Think that because 7-3 is a non-verbal villain that doesn't really have any major motives, he would best be served as like a major henchman for another villain working under somebody like Frieza or
He best be served if he was just obliterated. They just did away with him.
Whoever this new threat would be. But I definitely can't see him being a main villain because I just don't think there's enough on his character to do it, unless there's somebody smarter who's utilizing him, similar to how he was used in the Moro arc. But ultimately, guys...
But then remember, as I always say, is to have a great day, guys. I tell you, I watch his content a lot. Ain't nothing else. I really don't. That was all I had for right now. It's probably more later on down the road. I just don't see anybody else that. But what time is it? Yeah, I'm about to get off here in a minute. I gotta find me something to eat, and gotta get me something to eat and try to hit the bed. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. But I'll have more. I'm gonna upload this one to T-Dubs Entertainment once I'm done here. And yeah, I'm pretty much done with this one. That's all I wanted to show. I'll probably do Goku versus Frieza part 3 tomorrow, and well, part 4, I guess. I finish it off part 4. I'm still watching that. I still want to. I might see if I can find some other movies on there I could watch. Some other Dragon Ball stuff I can watch. I can't upload that to my T-Dubs Entertainment channel because they flag Shueisha, Toei Animation. They don't play. They stopped Team 4 Star from doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so I cannot. No, I can do Dragon Ball Z Abridged reactions. I can do a lot of things on this channel. You know what I'm saying? So I can do some of everything because this is just going to be reactions, commentary, news stuff, and also, like I said, one day I'm gonna start another channel to do gaming on. It's just gonna be the gist of it all. But like I said, that's pretty much it. That's all I had to show y'all. I really have a distaste for Super. I don't like Super at all. And yeah, and the content creators, I'm just just showing what my disagreements are and things like that, and why I don't just get jiggy with what they say. But hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch y'all on the flip side.